So, something big happened this past weekend at Comic-Con. Among other things like Thunderbolts, the new Captain America trailer, and test footage of the new Fantastic Four. The big bomb was that Robert Downey Jr. will be coming back as Doctor Doom. Not one word of a lie, Sunday morning, I get a text from a friend who says, "Joe, he's coming back." And I thought, huh? What are you talking about? I saw the picture and immediately I was wide awake. Went on Instagram, saw the official reel from Marvel Studios, and for about 10 minutes, no, actually I take that back, 25 minutes, I was processing what I had just saw, and within the next couple days, I looked into the online reactions. It's not really positive. A lot of people are saying that Marvel's desperate. They're trying to win back everybody's trust. They've run out of ideas. Just like the Star Wars fan base, they cannot be happy with anything. Some people are excited, which is good. Not everybody's negative about it, but generally speaking, it's a lukewarm response. I'm going to get right to the point. I'm in a wait-and-see attitude on this one. I love Robert Downey Jr. and I love the guy as Iron Man, but to see him as Doctor Doom, I'm not really sure what to say about this. Part of me feels like, okay, this is way too safe of a choice. On the other hand, I do see some potential with this, that maybe we could see a different side of not only him as an actor, but to give people a possible foil if they see him without his mask on, like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Pepper Potts, or Happy Hogan. It could set them off and go, wait a minute, he looks like Tony. What's going on here? It could also easily backfire and feel like it's way too familiar for the sake of being familiar, since Marvel is clearly falling back on what works, although they are doing it differently in the case of Robert Downey Jr.'s return. And they're also bringing back the Russo brothers for the next two Avengers films. I literally had to look up and make sure I got the title for the first one correct. Doomsday and then Secret Wars. There's plenty of other people on here that are going to delve deeper into this topic. I'm not qualified to say what the best course of action is, but if this is going to be a reboot of some sort of the MCU that people have been talking about for a while, a soft reboot, and kind of a going back to what works, maybe this is something that Marvel really needs. With Kevin Feige overseeing everything, I'm fairly confident that he's not going to let anybody steer the ship too far off course. He also has a good working relationship with the Russo brothers in the past, so that does give me some hope that he will have somebody who knows how to properly communicate with what they want in the film and what has to fit in the overall narrative. Bringing in these sports metaphors or analogies here, Robert Downey Jr. coming back, I liken this to Tom Brady coming back to win one more Super Bowl, showing all the young kids in the league like Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, or Patrick Mahomes. No. This is how you win a Super Bowl, kids. Or like even in Top Gun Maverick, when Maverick shows all the young pilots how to execute the mission properly. I guess this is a thing in the comics where Doctor Doom transfers his consciousness into Tony Stark's body, making him evil Tony Stark, or even the Doomsday Iron Man or something. I saw a picture of it from Zach Pope's video that he did recently. I'm not a comic book reader, I don't know what that's all about, but if he is a variant of some kind where he looks like Tony Stark but he's actually Doctor Doom, I'm just going to resort to let's wait and see what happens. And if this is what we need to kind of bring the MCU back in the right direction in order to pave the way for stuff like the Fantastic Four, or the X-Men, or the new Captain America, or seeing where Spider-Man goes from here, Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Maybe this is in its own way a necessary evil. Because regardless of how you feel about the MCU post-Endgame, I think all of us can agree, one way or another, I think all of us can agree it's been kind of in a slump lately, and it needs some kind of an energy boost to get it back on track. We already had that with Deadpool and Wolverine recently, and this is probably just yet another adrenaline shot that it needs. All coming down to the one that started it all 16 years ago in RDJ. Now he's coming back to set the stage for the new future. And if some things are to be believed, Pedro Pascal, who's going to be Mr. Fantastic, could be the face of the MCU going forward after this. And some of the original screenwriters like Christopher McFeely and some other guy, I'm forgetting his name, who collaborated with the Russo brothers before in the last two Avengers films, they're coming back too. Again, going back to what works. And if they're going to tie in certain things from the previous movies post-Endgame, it could really all come together in the right ways. And I hope that they can build up Doctor Doom correctly with his character development, because as opposed to Thanos, he hasn't really had much build-up in the last couple of years. He hasn't really been teased at all, actually. And let's be real here, we haven't really had a good portrayal of Doctor Doom at all. I mean, Julian McMahon is probably the decent one that we've had, but even so, that's not exactly a good portrayal. Toby Kebbell's version, no, Not even going to go there. But really, when it comes down to it, I'm in a wait-and-see attitude, and I'm curious to see what comes out of this. It could go in a lot of bad ways, and it could go in a lot of good ways, or it could just be kind of whatever. You never know what you'll end up with. We'll see what happens. I know that's not a lot coming from me, but like I said, there's a lot of other people on this platform that can delve deeper into it than I can. So thanks guys for watching. What do you think of this news of RDJ? Just comment below and tell me what they are, and as always, see you in the next one.